Out in the vast, desolate expanse of the Bonneville Salt Flats, a timeless tradition of speed and grit unfolds every year.
It's hot, miserable, but this place, it's like heaven to me, dude.
This is a place where the relentless pursuit of speed meets the spirit of innovation. Here, racers and engineers alike test the very limits of their machines and their courage. It's more than just a race. It's a way of life, a brotherhood bound by the thrill of the chase.
The ups and downs, the ups are awesome. The euphoria from setting a record, even if it's not even a 200-mile-an-hour plus record.
The sound of powerful engines fills the air, each one a testament to human ingenuity and the thirst for speed. This is a gathering of the bold, the passionate, and the relentless.
You need the perfect stars to align in everything to have a successful run.
Every mile here is a story, every attempt a legend in the making. Welcome to Salt Fever, a Speed Week documentary where the past meets the present and the quest for speed never ends.
It's just gets in you here, man. It's Salt Fever.
Ryan Milliken, and I'm from Pace, Florida. We're driving race cars, race trucks. We're gonna go fast. I've got to go 227.9 or better twice.
Why are you out here?
Because it's fun. This place is awesome. Bonneville's sweet. Long story. I started racing with Tim Boyle, Salty Box Racing, back when I worked at H&S Performance, like in 2012. So we just figured this out. Tim and I have been racing together for 13 years. So I've tuned this truck, the truck I'm driving tomorrow, I've tuned it since 2012. I've gotten the chance to drive it a couple times. I've broke it a couple times, and we did a bunch of work to it recently, and we're gonna try to go, we gotta go 227 or better. So we're up against our own record tomorrow. So 228, 229, give me a red hat, and I'll officially be part of the Cool Guy Club.
You need to re-up, yeah?
Okay.
I'm Tim Boyle. I'm head of Salty Box Racing, and I'm from Colorado. Glenwood Springs is the town I'm from. And this is our trusty steed, Sooty, a 2008 Dodge Ram 2500 with a Cummins engine for power. It's a 6.7 litre. We have some old R&R forge rods in it, Marley factory replacement pistons. It's got a mountain high performance prepped head on it. Machine work was done by SLS Performance and Diesel. And then we've got compounds on it, 85mm Garrett GTX 5533 is the high pressure, and 102 G57 Garrett as the atmospheric. And then on the fuel side we've got 300% S&S diesel injectors with a 14mm pump and a 10mm CP3 pump pushing fuel to the injectors.
Now, you say you're from Colorado, but you don't sound like you're from Colorado.
No, I got a bit of a funny accent. They call me a funny talker, but I'm originally from northeast England, so right up next to Scotland, ex-farm boy, so I talk a bit Scottish-like.
Is this what brought you here?
Partially, yeah. The Salt, I came here in '92 as a tourist from England, and a few buddies, and we came to watch. And after I'd been in '92, I was like, I'm gonna have to move to America so I can go and do that. Yeah. And it took, we didn't get here till '96, so in 1996 we came here. Then it didn't start racing until 2005. Started in a 1931 Model A Ford sedan, two-door sedan with a unusual motor. It was a big block Cadillac, 514 cube. That would come in like a 1970 Eldorado. We ran that and punished ourselves breaking that thing for about 5 years. Then we decided to go to diesel in 2012. The durability aspect of the diesel over running a blown alcohol engine. The blown alcohol engine was always in bits, always blown up, and you're always messing with it. So we started on the diesels and it was like, oh, this is great. You don't have to fix them every 5 minutes. Until Ryan Milligan drives them, then it's a different story. But
What is it about this kind of racing that drew you in and said, this is what I want to do?
the history, you know, of the hot rod community. I'm a hot rodder at heart, you know, old hot rods and cool cars like that. The history behind Bonneville just appealed to us, and the way people act like family. They're all welcoming, they'll tell you about their car. They're not like all cagey like the drag races where like, oh, shut the hood, you're not looking at my engine. They'll go, oh yeah, this is what we're doing, and we're doing this to make it go fast, you know. So, and they're all a friendly bunch, and when you come out here after being coming here for a few years, you feel like you're home when you get here, you know. And you see all your friends that you don't see for a year, and hang out and shoot the shit. So you're going to get pushed down to the start line so we can get in stage and hurry up and wait. Sit in line for a few hours. Look at me fancy new dash Ryan put in.
Do you trust his math on the mile an hour?
We'll see. It's up to him. If it's not reading right and he misses getting the record, that's not my fault. We've got to have the truck running because of the transmission.
Okay.
If you push the transmission in neutral without it running, there's no oil getting circulated.
Right.
It buggers up the bushings in the back of the transmission.
The hula girl's a nice touch.
You like that?
I like that.
Quite the jiggle on when you're going fast.
Hey.
There you go. CD player even works.
Nice. I like it.
Prior to the event, we wanted to put a new operating system on the truck, a Motec operating system. Ryan Milligan put all the electronics on me and on it for him and tuned it, and we took it on to Jared Vollmer's dyno, and he did a bunch of functionality testing on the dyno, dialing stuff in and doing like 20 to 30 second pulls at like 3/4 RPM, loaded on the dyno, making sure everything's doing what it has to do, and that's about as close as we can get to simulating out here. Out here we're running under power for from the start line to the finish, probably nearly 90 seconds from start up to pulling off the track to stopping. Like this one, I can take it out on the country roads near my house and go for a drive, go down the hill from my house and turn around, come up the hill and load the turbos up in second gear and go winging up the hill at 100 miles an hour. And neighbours are like, oh, looking out the door going, who the hell's that, you know? I'm the annoying neighbour with all the cars. So.
If you don't know who it is, then it's you. Yeah, that's the old saying.
That's the one.
Yep.
Pumps are on. Got it.
in the 2, 214 in the quarter, 217 in the 3, 218.2 in the 4, exit speed is 108, 5 mile 172.73993, top speed within the 4 mile 218.206.
Ryan gone.
Incoming voice call from Ryan Milligan.
Hello.
Hey, we blew it up after the 4. Don't send another car.
You blew it up?
Blew it up after the 4. I unlocked the converter and stood back in it, held it at 4,000 RPM. I got about 10 seconds out of it and it fucking came apart. I pulled off left before I realized all the way what had happened. I got to 218 lockup and I started dropping mile an hour. So I unlocked it in overdrive and it went 4,000 RPM, held it for a little bit and then blew up.
Ah, shit.
So it's a big boom.
Big boom.
Yeah, it didn't sound pretty. I thought it was drive shaft, so I pulled off to the left, and when I slowed down enough on a return road, I realized I wasn't hitting on all 6, and I shut it off.
Oh. Did you got a bunch of oil smell or not?
Yeah, no, we're moving pretty good.
Okay.
It's a big oil mess under the truck. It's big boom. I think I kicked the rod.
Oh. Oops. All right, no worries.
Sounds good. I'll see you when you get here.
All right, we'll be there in a second.
See ya.
Well, fuck.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got a hole.
Got a hole?
Yeah,
Like there's parts out of it?
There you go, one Cummins wrist pin. That's supposed to be in that fucking engine. But well, the wrist pin's not too hurt actually. That's another one to add to your collection on your desk. You've got a gear, haven't you? I do. Well, then we'll go to the new engine.
In the world of land speed racing, every run is a gamble. The salt can be unforgiving, and even the best laid plans can be turned upside down in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, we have successful years where everything just runs like a Swiss watch, and we're just like super stoked. And then you have other weeks where it's like, what? It's like one run this week, one run and we kill it. But we did that in 2016 as well, so it's not the first time it's happened.
The salt test not just the machines, but the spirit of those who dare to race.
Yeah, initially when we first started racing, we like grenaded our first engine, we're like just devastated, like what we're gonna do, you know? And then you fix it. You do that a couple of times and you go, okay, so you start building up spare parts in the shop. So you got spare blocks, spare cranks, spare heads and bits and pieces. So when you do blow one up, you go, well, I've already got the block and crank and head for that, so down to the machine shop for a couple of days and then a day putting it together and we've got another engine, you know.
For Tim, it's never just about the speed. It's about the journey of sharing this wild adventure with new blood.
It's so much fun, and guys come and crew for us maybe for a year or two, and I'll say, build a car, bring your own car. You don't have to just crew with me, you know, and you give them a little bit of a push, and you know, off down the road they go and down the wormhole.
Inviting fresh faces into the fold of the land speed racing family. As one engine's roar fades, a new story is always ready to begin.
But yeah, there's a couple of guys out here due to my influence, I guess. But Jack Albright being one of them, he thoroughly grabbed a hold of it by the horns and went with it, you know.
In 2019, Tim invited me to come out and crew on his truck, and I came out and was just agape at the cars and the community and the scenery of this place. It's a special place, and you quickly come to the realization that you're walking on hallowed grounds. This is the place where the land speed legends have raced and gone, 600 miles an hour, or done 24 hours of racing in a figure 8, He historically, there's so much here. And this event's been going on now for 77 years. It's a special place. And so I kind of came and was like, oh wow, this is so cool, this is really cool. And then the next year, I came with Tim. He had a transmission issue, and so I was helping him out. And he's like, after helping him work on the truck, he's like, do you want to drive? And I was like, really? I can drive? And he's like, yeah, you can drive. And I was like, okay, I want to drive. And then that year, guess what happened? Ryan Milliken was up before me.
I'm noticing a trend here.
And he broke the rear end, the unbreakable rear end. And so I didn't get to drive that year. And then the next year, we got rained out. I kind of figured out that if I wanted to drive, I wanted to assure myself to drive, I needed to build my own truck. So my sons and I got our heads together and we started studying the rule book. And we would lean on Tim for like, hey, what does this mean? What does that mean? Can we do this? Can we do that? We were gonna build a small displacement S10. And Tim goes, do you wanna go fast? I was like, well, yeah, I wanna go fast. He goes, don't mess around with a small displacement. Just put an LS motor in that and go fast. Okay. So he helped me build the first motor for it. And then he helped me build the second motor for it. And then the third motor, I went down to Thompson Motorsports and I said, hey guys, can you build this motor for me? And they said, yeah, sure. I ordered the third motor and then I waited 13 months for the crank. It's the motor that's supposed to get me to the 260, 270 range, if that's possible in an S10, but we're gonna try. Lucas at F-Bomb Garage does a fantastic job of helping prep the truck and, getting things ready. And we do everything we can to prevent issues when you get here.
Me and Jack hooked up 3 years ago, came up with this idea, designed and built it. First season was a great shakedown season. Second season came out, pulled off world record, red hats. This truck here, I've done a lot of projects. This one right here means more to me than anything I've done. This truck succeeding and all of us succeeding is very important to me in my business and what we do. I'd never sit here and say I did this. You see our crew. It's a team, camaraderie, family, and that's what makes it fun too. Some of these guys out here I don't ever see except here. And some of them are the most important people in my life, and I only see them on the Salt. They think the same, and it's just one big family out here, so.
As the sun glints off the endless Salt, anticipation meets preparation. Here, every racer feels the pulse of adrenaline. But they also know that safety is the first step to speed. Each vehicle is checked and rechecked, every bolt and belt secured, because out here the spirit of the run is matched only by the respect for the risks. In these final moments before the throttle drops, there's a silence that speaks louder than any engine roar. It's the heartbeat of anticipation, the quiet before speed takes over. Every racer knows this feeling, the surge of adrenaline, the focus sharpening as the start line nears. Out here, the Salt remembers everyone who was bold enough to leave their mark.
Whoa, whoa. See that fishtail? Mm-hmm.
Truck, 510 Racing Jack Albright. Driver, mile 2 was a 176.340. Tune of motor was 195. at mile number 3, 198 with 533, slowing in mile number 4.
Yeah!
Needing
That's a
240
shakedown.
qualifier.
A run doesn't have to break records to be a victory. Every time you drive your machine back off that salt under its own power, you've won a quiet kind of success. Because out here, even a clean pass is like skating on the edge of ice.
I think the best comparison to driving on the salt is driving on a snow-packed road. And when you're on a snow-packed road, being from Colorado, we do this a lot. As you're trying to accelerate, you feel the grip, you feel the slip, you feel the grip, you feel the slip, and you're kind of constantly modulating the throttle a little bit to do that. And then you're just kind of guiding it a little bit. Any sudden big moves is bad in the snowpack or on the salt. For most of the run, there's not a lot of steering input, but you're kind of constantly kind of guiding it a little bit as it kind of walks around through the air. Plan was to go out and do a 3-mile pull and see what the truck did and how it behaved with the new turbo, the new Hartz turbo, and my Thompson Motorsports motor working together, all running on our new oil system with a Hot Shot Secret motor oil, transmission, and gear oil. We found that we made a mistake in the tune by not having the proper size wheel in our front wheel sensor. And so I had no traction control, and it was a very, very active straight line drive.
Yeah.
But it was fun. We went 198 miles an hour average in the 3rd mile.
Nice.
And a 202 maximum speed. So I think we're excited because we have enough horsepower to be able to go fast, and we just got to get control of the truck, and then I think we'll be good.
So what's the goal this week then? I mean, I see you're already wearing a red hat.
Yes, I am wearing a red hat. So last year on October 1st, we went 240.039, put 41 miles an hour on the existing record, and we had a 240 mile an hour minimum to get into the 200 mile an hour club. We got into the 200 mile an hour club by 0.039 miles per hour. Ooh. So just barely made it in. Super excited about that. And so this year, the first goal is to go over 250. And if we get that done, then we want to see if we can get up into the 260s, because the fastest pickup on the salt ever was record is 262 miles an hour.
Really?
And so if we can get to there, that would be spectacular. So there's other guys here targeting that same thing, so that's kind of exciting. If it behaves better than it did yesterday, I'm gonna run out 5 miles and see what it'll do. We also got up against the boost limit yesterday. So when I shifted into 3rd gear, the boost limit spiked. And so then it took boost away from me for the last half mile of the run. So there's a lot more there.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
What happened?
I don't know. It went sideways big time. Shit flew everywhere. Still running.
Are you coming off the track?
No.
Okay. Are you going forward?
No, I'm sitting still.
Okay, so we need to come out. Okay.
You hear the ambulance just got here?
Radio permission for this in a second for 510 truck to go out and get driver.
Wait, hold on. No, there.
510 chase truck permission to enter course.
Underneath the parachute.
Crew for 510, you may proceed to your vehicle to get them off the course. There are the 2.5 on course 1. 2.5 course 1, please retrieve your vehicle.
Yeah, we're back in the pit after making a run today that didn't quite turn out the way we had hoped. It was going really well. We were kind of on mark. We were 2:06 in the second mile average with a 2:09 top speed. And just past the second mile, the tail end went pretty hard to the right. Far enough I didn't think it was recoverable, and I pulled the chutes, and the chutes whipped us back around to the left. And then it was I was kind of a pendulum on the end of the chute going back and forth. I think we probably went sideways 4 different times in different directions before it looped out, lost a tire in the middle of all that. And at one point, I think the truck came off the ground a little and set down pretty hard. So my back's a little stiff, but all in all, walked away from it pretty happy about how the truck performed in that kind of a situation. When we got it back to the pit area and started taking it apart, and we noticed the drive shaft was bent and parachute mount was bent, and the truck seems to be a little bit out of square from the back of the cab to the rear bumper. So I think we called it and decided not to try to put anything back together and keep running. I haven't had a chance to look at the data in any real depth, but my sensation is it was course. This was a course incident, not a tuner incident, not a driver incident. It was just the course. And when we're in third gear and we're pulling and all of a sudden the truck walks out, I think it was a loose spot in the course started me, and it became unrecoverable real fast. I think it's one of the things that's unique about this sport. At this location, you need the perfect stars to align in everything to have a successful run.
Yeah, you know, these spectators come out and think you're racing all week. This is the second day. We're supposed to race till Friday. We're invested till Friday. My camping spot's paid till Friday. You know, this is racing, man. We're 2 days in, it's done. So if you can't deal with that in racing, then you'd have a hard time making it through this kind of stuff. We know this is part of it, you know, so.
The salt tests your limits, but the will to keep going runs deeper.
We're going back in the trailer. We're gonna re-prep, rebuild, and come back for World Finals and do it again, man. I got 6 weeks. 6 weeks, get the truck ready, dyno tune, and we'll be back out. Things like this don't break our morale, doesn't have us quitting. As soon as we knew we were deemed and had to go, we're already talking about what we need to get, what's gonna happen, get back to the shop and get going for the next one, man.
While the old hands guide the way, the next generation lines up, hungry for their shot at glory.
My name is Rod McMaster. I am a racer of sorts. I've been racing for a few years now. Came to the Salt 3 years ago. Crazy friend of mine, Ryan Milliken, decided to bring me over. Fell in love with just the people, the racing structure, the way they help each other. It's like no other racing I've ever experienced before. Years come past and I see people going fast, and then I decide I would like to go fast as well. This year we decided to get into Datsun. My buddy and partner in one of my companies, Red Stoffer, decided to let me drive his car. His grandson just broke the record today. Went 247 mile an hour yesterday, 244 today, 246 average. Beat his grandfather's record by 2 miles. And now I'm licensing to see if I can break his record.
What do you have to do to get a license out here?
You have to just become a member. Immediately after that, you go to a rookie orientation. Pretty simple orientation. Anybody can do it. Just listen to what they're saying and make sure that you follow the rules, and that's about it. Very simple, not a whole bunch of them. If depending on the course where you're at, they're extremely interested in knowing that you're turning the right way, not the wrong way. You're not getting anybody in trouble, you're behaving, and that's about it. Then after that, they require you to make 3 passes. The first pass needs to be between 125 and 150 mile an hour. The second pass, I believe, needs to be 175 mile an hour. And then this third pass is 200 mile an hour.
No matter how many miles you've raced elsewhere, your first pass on the Salt is its own rite of passage. It's the kind of moment that sets your nerves tingling, no matter how seasoned you are behind a wheel.
That's a Toyota 2JZ engine. I believe it makes around 1050 to 1100 horsepower right now.
And that sounds strange because you say 1100 horsepower, and in our world in drag racing, you're like, okay, it's a good amount, but it's not that fast. But here, it's capable of going that 200 plus miles an hour.
Absolutely, they geared these vehicles in a totally different way. So they need to actually push you off the starting line because like the ratio of the rear end and the transmission, everything's literally designed to go very, very fast. They push you off the line. In this particular vehicle, you need to hit somewhere around 60 to 65 miles an hour and it starts carrying over. Right after that, start giving it some fuel and you'll have some fun.
As you pull up to that starting line for the very first time, the Salt stretches out like a blank canvas, and every instinct is tuned to this one-of-a-kind landscape. It's more than just another run. It's the start of a whole new adventure on wheels.
Love you, brother.
I love you, buddy.
All right, boss. So it's, did they give you the lowdown on this course?
I want to turn on the left if everything goes all right.
It's
turn on the right only if anything goes bad.
Timing's only to the 2 1/4. So you got a 1 to 2 and a 2 1/4. That's it.
Okay.
The course ends like the signs in the middle of the 4 mile. That's where it ends. But there's a lot of turnouts. Now, one of the things that's going to be different is you see over here on this other side of red, on the other side of those cones. That's the course from yesterday that we ran.
Right.
Brand new course. We moved it over here. The turnouts are on the other side of that course.
Oh.
And after the 2 1/4, they have big blue lines. Real nice turnouts. But they're kind of hard to see from this side. So probably recommend that once you pull your chute, you get down to your 60 miles an hour, you go ahead, go back, go across to that course, and then you'll start to see those turnouts. I don't have anything else. They did a good job belting you in. Okay, have fun.
Go on, fired up. ECU on, intercooler on. And
What do you think he feels as his first, I mean, that's his first pass, his first time doing this?
He'll be really excited. There's no doubt about it. That'll be something unique for him. I don't know how fast he's been in a drag car. I know he drag races, but
he's been faster than that, I'm pretty sure, but it's a whole different experience.
The surface is different.
Yeah.
A little bit too much energy coming off. So you can see that when you get out. It was a good looking run. How'd it feel?
It felt very good. I wanted to know exactly where she starts losing it to get back in it so that I can get a feel of what it is. It was absolutely perfect. I loved it.
Nice, nice.
Power control is very cool in this car.
It was amazing. Very, very different style of driving, but that car's a handful. Dangerous machine.
You have a history of drag racing, so how fast have you been in a drag vehicle?
I think 197 miles an hour, somewhere around there.
How does that feeling compare to the feeling that you just had of your first, 147 miles an hour here?
It's a very difficult experience to describe, but you're going 100 and something mile an hour and you feel like you're going way faster than that because the surface is really not there. It's not like driving on the streets, it's not like driving on the mud. It gets slick, especially when it's the afternoon and the salt starts getting softer, more humid.
Wow. That was a hell of a run. Exactly perfect. What's he gonna do next?
Whatever you tell me.
That's a rookie and D license.
It's so different from anything I've ever done.
Well, I don't think anybody over here thinks that's a 250 mile an hour car and over 1,000 horsepower that you're trying to wrestle down the course.
I wanted to find exactly what the surfer was doing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll see you around, boss.
You got it done. There's one is down.
Hopefully we can make the 2 more passes to allow us to hit 175 mile an hour, then 200 mile an hour. And then after that, I can just go wide open up to 250 miles an hour to get my A license.
Do you want one now?
I'm already thinking about what we're doing. My nerd's already working. Several different engine packages. You can break all kinds of records depending on the size, displacement, the actual car, the fuel you use. So I've been texting him since yesterday, and he's been texting me back already ideas of, I think we're gonna use an Allison, I think we're gonna use a half max from Wagler Performance, and then go from there and start going all the way from 4 cylinders to 8 cylinders and push it as fast as we can with whatever platform we discover would be the right one for us to do that in.
You don't need a 200 mile per hour car to come out here, just the guts to run. There's a class for every build and a spot for every racer.
I fell in love with the camaraderie. My partner is part of a racing team called the White Goose Bar Racing Team. They help each other, they come every year. Some of their members have been coming here for 50 years. That's half a century. And then Ryan Toons, the Mighty Mouse, Wen's been doing it for, I don't know, 50 years or more. He's the oldest racer on the Salt. And in a few minutes, we're gonna pack up, move the car up, and have some food, head to the bar, and just enjoy our company and do it all over again. I mean, from the youngest, that 200 mile per hour record being broken today, 16 years old, to the oldest, Bill Went, I think he's 85 or 86 years old, showing up to the same event, getting in their vehicles, and trying to break it all over again. I think it's outstanding.
I've been a drag racer for going on 15 years now, and I think this is my next evolution of motorsports. It is what I feel. Maybe it's maturity, maybe it's age, maybe it's the lifestyle, the people you meet along the way. Come here, Bill. That's my friend Bill. He's like 830 years old. How old are you? 86. 86 years old. Dude drives the world's smallest diesel pickup. Set the record last year, right? This truck, I am taller than this thing is long if I lay down on the floor.
It's 80-inch wheelbase, 38-inch tread.
Right?
It's a little bit bigger than a sheet of plywood.
I've got drag cars. Rod's got drag cars, and I still love drag racing. But I want to do this shit. He's been drag racing since way before I was born.
71 years.
Yeah.
It's hot, miserable, but this place, it's like heaven to me, dude. And you think of the history of this place, you know, you go talk to some of these old guys that have been, you know, there's still guys around here that hit this lake in the 50s. And they've been coming here every year, 40, 50 years. And they still keep coming back. And the first time I came, I was told by other people that had me come out, you know, you'll come back, and you do. It's just gets in you here, man. It's salt fever.
The community rallies around any individual racer that's in need, right? It doesn't matter whether it's the guy that was willing to loan me a window when I was trying to set a record, or, you know, Tim and his group when we were record qualified and I needed some stuff from the pit, and I called Tim and said, hey Tim, I need some extra help down here, and I need an air filter out of my truck. And he's like, we're on our way.
If you pick up a rule book for the SCTA, you will realize that there is literally a class for everybody. From the 50cc motorcycle to a turbine-powered liner to electric to a pickup that's the size of a sheet of plywood, to the truck that I'm driving, which is literally a 2008 Ram 2500 Dodge.
But if folks don't start paying attention, there won't be a salt to run on. Decades of mineral extraction and changing water flow have thinned the crust, shortened the courses, and threatened the future of land speed racing.
As you went to the drivers' meeting the other morning, Save the Salt was talking about salt replenishment and stuff like that, and that really needs to happen. And the more people we can get involved with focusing on, if we get SEMA involved with it and stuff like that, and all the big automotive publicity organisations involved, it would help a bunch. Waste salt on the other side of the highway, next to Intrepid, that's been mining this. And they're supposed to replenish that onto the salt, and they haven't been doing it for a few years. So fingers crossed we can get more interest and get more people involved, and a bit more publicity would help. And we try and bring people with us, you know, say, yeah, come out and watch, come and hang out with us in the pits, you know, jump in the push truck when we're pushing people off from the line, come down to the end of the track when we're meeting the truck afterwards. And it kind of lets them get involved with the energy that we feel when we're racing, you know.
I mean, we talk about it all the time, how do we get the more younger generations to keep coming out and racing so that this can continue another 50 years, you know? So we try to get as many people, like having you guys come out. We bring people on the crew, and just, if we bring 10 people out, we hope 8 of them get salt fever, and then there's 8 more, you know? So for this event to keep going and this salt to be protected is more important than the people that are gonna watch this really know.
I think there's people who follow it and who know it, but I think there's a lot more people who could follow it and appreciate what folks are doing out here. We truly are pushing the limits of what a motor vehicle can do.
If you ever get the chance to come out here and spectate this, or even just come to the Salt, even not during an event, to experience the Salt Flats, it's highly recommended to do.
If they've got any inkling towards motorsports or cars, or even if they're just like hooning up a country road in the Ford Escort, you know, come on out and check it out. And like I say, once you've put your foot in and dabbled it like that, you'll most likely come back.
you are licensed now?
Had a little bit of a hiccup between third and fourth gear. She come on line power, and I was able to get to speed right before the 1 mile marker and just kept it out there. Went a little bit over the wanted speed because she felt really, really comfortable, and I brought her back down. I am thinking the ticket should say, GPS speed was saying 197, 195. It might be a 193 or 195 over there, I'm not sure. I was shooting for a 195 or better to have that, you know, little bit of a gap. I'm shooting for all and within the 5 mile mark. I want to go really fast. So either this year I'll try to make a hit and try to go fast, or maybe next year with another one of our vehicles on the diesel side, just to see what we can do with those, if we can actually get them all together. And we are already working in trying to get a vehicle to put a diesel in it and start through several different classes. This is, I think, by far my favorite style of racing. It's way more relaxed than anything else I've ever done, and it's truly a very different experience. I mean, I love my drag racing, my drag racing family, and the diesel family, and that's never stopping, as you know. But this is like 2, 3, 4 races a year, but they're like a week-long race, and you're here with your whole family.
As the wind settles and the salt grows still, we remember it's the spirit of this place that keeps racers coming back year after year. It's the people who come here, the newcomers who find their stride, and the veterans who return year after year. Each run is a testament to perseverance, each mile a celebration of a community that never stops chasing the horizon. This is just the beginning for some. And for all of us, it's a reminder of why we'll always return to the salt.
Welcome to Utah. We're out here at the Bonneville Salt Flats and some mountains behind it where we have seen incredible racing action. Ryan Milliken doing the things that Ryan Milliken does, which is blow up immediately, ruin our entire week. We spent thousands of dollars on this, so thank you, Ryan. And hopefully the other guy, whose name I can't remember because I've forgotten it 16 times. Huh? Jack is going to come to the rescue and make this a week worth living. Because if we don't get a good film out of this, we're probably all fired. So about that, no pressure, but you are our final hope.
Okay, we're gonna go for it. All right.
Just across the street with my new wings.
It also has something to do with
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
$75 coming live. You guys look really fucking epic.
Safe in my arms till heaven calls. Keep
Got them all. We did it live. We did it live.